Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in once again to Neal Talk. And today I want to talk a little bit about uh, business ideas during our retirement years. A lot of times we look at the idea that when a person retires, that's the end of their rope. But the reality is, in most of the cases, it's truly the beginning because at this point in our lives, we can do things that we desire to do just because we can. It makes us happy, and we don't choose to do anything that put us in a position where we're stressed constantly or that we feel that we have to do. We do things simply because we want to do it. And that want to do is, I think it's a point in our lives where we can do it because we want to be able to, most folk are genuinely want to help people. Unfortunately, a lot of time people look at the idea that if they do something, they have to get something out of it. But that's not the case when it comes to during our senior years, we our retirement years, because we truly want to be able to contribute to our family, to society, or just in general to individuals that we know need help. And it's sort of like when we are good members at a church or a group, we want to be able to genuinely help support them in a special way. And in doing so, I think that we come to the point where, like in business, uh, it's good to be thinking a consultant, number one, because that gives us the opportunity to be able to share our experiences, our wisdom, and our knowledge that we've obtained over the years that we can uh, show people different ways of doing things without making some of the mistakes that we've made when we were younger or that we are doing nowadays, thinking that a lot of people, younger people, are doing nowadays because they think that's what they have to do. But we've been through a lot of that. Therefore, it's important that we share our experiences. And for some people, title is means a lot. So you can even have the title that you are a consultant. And consultant would mean, in a nutshell, just sharing what you've learned over the years. In most cases, you have about 55, 60 years or so of working in a certain field. That field could be anything, anywhere from accounting to brick mason or woodwork, whatever the case is. There's some things that you can share with people that they can do it and not make mistakes or waste a lot of time in doing it because you're showing them the right way. Just think of yourself in that sense that you're helping someone and that you're actually showing them the right way to about doing it. Secondly, I think that uh, another field that we can look at is being a curator or just can call a reseller, something that's fun to do because when you get to that point where you retire and you wanting or desiring a little bit extra income, but you don't want to be tied down to a position or anything. You want to do something that is fun to do. That's the thing in life. You know, it's great that we live to be the age of retirement. I think at that point, it's important to just do something that's fun in life. If you're going to work or do something or you want to make a little bit more income. One of the things that I've seen people do and I've gone to is going toward like going to auctions. Auctions are something that just think of it. You could buy something at in reality, 10 cents on the dollar. And you can just sell it to somebody else. Be like a middleman, so to speak. You know that somebody can use a certain item that you see it at a yard sale, or you see it at a real estate auction, or even one of the tax auction. My favorite experience was I went to a few tax auctions, and my first couple of times, I looked around, and they were bidding on houses and land and stuff like that, and I didn't have a clear understanding of what they were doing. It seemed like it was going so fast. But usually beforehand, they tell you what homes or land is going to be auctioned, and it's your responsibility to do your due diligence. Go look at it, see if there might be a place that you're interested in. And if it is, you can go by and look at the tax roll and see how much a place is worth, or look in the neighborhood, see if it's something that you want. You want to either uh, buy it and rent it, or buy it and resell it. But that's the kind of stuff for me, it's fun to do. So I went, the first time I went and bought something, I bought a house and some land. Well, I think about a total about an acre of land, so about two extra lots. And it was an older place, a little bit run down, or pretty good run down. And I bought a thing for like just a few $100s. And it was funny because it was the end of auction. I didn't know what I was doing because everything was going so fast. So I talked with the guy and he said, well, I have this one left. If you want it, you can have it. It was just a few $100s. I said, okay, I want it. And mind you, I didn't have a clue what that means. So I bought it and I gave him the money. And then afterwards, I found out what it means when you buy something at a tax auction. Let me give you a little explanation. What that means is when you buy it at a tax auction, at least in the South, in most cases, and probably in other places too, but in most cases, you buy it, but you have to hold on to it for 2 years. That hold on to it is not that you just say, I'm just going to sit on it. Because whoever originally owned the property, they can come to you if you spent $500. They can come and tell you, or go to the tax office, they can say, I want my property back. They'll verify that it's you or your family member or someone that they can uh, sell it back to. They'll say you owe that person 10, 20%, money about 20% more than what they paid for, which is not a bad thing if you put good money towards it, I guess. But one of those things, it takes money to make money. So I think I'll just say I paid $500. So in order for them to get the property back within the 2 year time limit in most cases they give you, they have to give me what is it, almost $600, including everything, $700. So I got the property. Now waited, hoping that they would do it because once I really saw it, I just knew it's not something I even want. And see, that's the problem. When you're young, you do a lot of stuff that you, after you get older, you think about it and you may regret it. Because I bought that property for little or nothing. And had I kept it to now, 10 years later, it would be 20, 30 times what I paid for it. But, at the time I did it, nah, I want my money. I love to give me a little extra, or I want the property. Greed. That's what it is. They get most folk that they don't have the patience to be able to wait on growth. They know I want it now. So I was content. I told the guy what found the family who owned it. I said, look, if y'all want it, y'all can have it back. They said, okay, we'll take it. And I think I made $100 on the thing after about a year. And that's not, most folk will look at it and say that's not much. But once again, that's one of the things that a person could do in retirement. One, you have the time, thankfully, but you're not really concerned about making so much now in life because in your latter days in life, compared to had I done it when I was 20 and saved for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, there'll be a big difference. But in your older years, why even do you want the headache? You got to fix up the property. Then if you rent it, you have to maintain it. And hopefully that someone rents it from you that stays in it, does well. So you'll make a little bit of money, but, not enough to even put up with it in most cases, especially as you get older. So that's something that is available to people and it's fun to do if you so desire to do it. And that is something that I think that we, as we get older, we need to look at in order to do something else in life. Make sure that it's something that you enjoy, that you believe that is worth it for you. And that will give you the pleasure because in your later days, and I'm saying later in your last quarter of your life, you want to be able to just live and be happy, not under stress unnecessarily. And that's what it would be if we did things that we didn't really just have a desire to do. We did it because I need the money. That's when you're young and you have a small family. You do a lot of things you wouldn't normally do simply because you want to be able to take care of your family and you need it. But as you get older, allow it to be, I'm only going to do something that I enjoy. And with that, I think that we all should be able to just find that thing in life that we can do, that we can enjoy. If you would leave me a like and a share and subscribe to my channel, but leave a message telling me about things that you looked at in life that you know that you would want to do when you retire, whether it's an income or just being able to help somebody to grow their business. Because we're not selfish, we're loving people and we want to see others succeed. Please subscribe to my channel and I'm going to share more with you in the upcoming days. Thank you for tuning in to Neal Talk. Goodbye.